Hello class, welcome to our third lecture series on microeconomics, and I'm your instructor Jamal Haider. So before, let me pass through this because I think we already passed that window. Okay, so we discussed in our previous class a great amount of details on demand. What is demand? Ability, right, and willingness to purchase the good. We talked about that, there must be some ability, which means you are financially able to purchase this one. You must have resources, and you must have the willingness. You must have a will to purchase this one. Otherwise, so this is not the demand. Even though you can afford to buy, pencil, charts, and some, the drawing material, but that is not of your interest. You don't have the willingness. So in that case, that doesn't create the demand. And then we talk about factors affecting the demand curve. So let's just have a quick review regarding our previous lecture. First of all, we talked about the demand movement along the curve. What is movement along the curve? If there is a change in quantity demanded, and reason is only price, then we say that is movement along the curve. Movement along the curve. Right? Right here? Yeah, here. And then we talk about what is movement. What do we mean by movement? We don't have to make a new curve. We are just adjusting ourselves on the same curve, either from here. So you see that if prices increase from 0.5 to 1.5, the quantity demanded decreased from 10 to 6. So we only move from A to B. So in that case, we don't have to make a new demand curve. So that's why we stays on the same demand curve. So we call this movement. So any other thing that causes change in quantity demanded, and the reason is not price, other factors. And what are those other factors? We talked about consumer income, price of related goods, taste, expectations, number of buyers. We talked about the in income. We talked about that if our income increase and we started increase the consumption, price is the same, so we have to make a new curve. Increase in demand means shift to the right. Decrease in demand means shift to the left. So that is called normal good. When our income increases and we start consuming more. So normal good has a relationship with the income. And if our income increases and we start consuming less of the item, this is called inferior goods. So shift to the left and shift to the right, you must understand that shift to the increase means your right, decrease means your left. We talked about that. Your income increases, you start consuming more, we call this normal good. Inferior goods mean if your income increases and you start consuming less of the, we call this. Now let's talk about the price of related goods. We talked about substitute. And what is substitute? If there are two products, A and B. A and B are substitute if fall in the price of one product reduces the demand quantity demanded of product B. So these two are two different products, B and A. But If price of the product A decreases, it causes quantity demanded of B to decrease as well, while the price of the B remains unchanged. We call this substitute. We talked about over there extensively. And what is complement? We talked about that. If price of a product A decreases, it causes increase in the demand of other product. We call these two are complements. So if you understand all this stuff, I think we already talked about this. When quantity demand has increased at every price level, it might be because the price of complementary goods has decreased. We talked about this in our last lecture. I think this, yes, we also talked about this. Which of the following would not be determinant of the demand for a particular good? Of course, price of input, because price inputs are related to seller, not the buyer. An increase in the number of college students. I think we already talked about this. Answer is C. Increase the demand for education. Ford Motor. I think this I think we need to discuss about that. Okay. Now read this question and apply your last lecture knowledge here. So we have a practical example, which means Ford Motors Company announces that it will offer 3,000 rebate on a new Mustang starting next month. As a result of this information, today's demand curve for Mustangs. Now you tell me, A, B, C, D. I'm going to give you 1 minute to think about, and I'm going to call the names. You need to just answer. Okay, Sufyan. Lancelot. Venetia. Om. Priscillo.
E.
Priscillo, which one?
I said D.
You said D. Okay. On chat room, I received answer, Lancelot, you are not sure. Think about that. So this belongs to which part? The expectation part of the demand curve. So now think about that. Venetia, what do you think about that? Marco?
I actually agree with Priscilla, so D.
D. Lancelot says maybe B. So we have answer D and we have answer B. Venetia?
Yes, sir.
What is your answer?
I think D. Same with Priscilla and Marco.
Oliver, Marco, Om, Sufyan.
I think B.
B or D?
B.
B for dog or B for boat?
For both.
Good, okay. Nana. Nana also say D. Okay, let's check the answer. So remember, this is the expectation part. Remember. So let me just further elaborate this stuff. After, okay. The prices will be reduced after a month. What happened now? If you want to buy a car, and if you came to know that, okay, after a month, the price is going to reduce 3,000, would you purchase right now or would you delay? to buy next month. So they ask me, they ask you what's today's, demand curve for Mustang. Havarun B. Okay, the answer is well done, B, not D. Right? Why is that? Because right now price remains the same. Price is not affected in today's term, but people not buying today, they will buy next month in hopes to get this 3,000 rebate. So this is a part of expectations, right? So you understand? Vinicia, Priscillo,
Yes.
Oliver, right? So this kind of question that I would be asking in exam. I won't be asking a long questions. I would be asking practical, implementation of the concepts. Now this question, suppose you like to make from scratch pies filled with banana creams and vanilla pudding. So what is your main product? Making pies, and banana cream and vanilla pudding is your ingredients. You notice that the price of banana has increased. How would this price increase affect your demand for the vanilla pudding? Remember, your main product is pies, and pies is made of
D.
banana and vanilla pudding. So if price of banana increases, what happened to what effect it has on demand for vanilla? So I heard the answer. Which one?
D.
D, right?
Yes.
Anyone else? So this question belongs to price of related goods. Recall that one. Your main product is to make pies. In chat section, I got answer also D. Okay. Marco, Nicholas,
I'm with A maybe.
A. I heard the answer A. Well done. Why is A and why not D?
Because they're complementary goods.
Well done. Because your main product is to make pies. Whatsoever is the price